It makes my heart sing to see my CryptoQ media channel back online. HBAR is the place where new millionaires will be born. Watch this video and I'll tell you why the HBAR is about to explode. Can you tell me what the market has been up to lately? We'll quickly go over it. The answer is yes, volatility will remain, because I am documenting this in advance for planning purposes. There will be price swings because we are currently in the middle of a bull run. The medium to long-term prospects of this run, though, are where my attention is best served. Things have recently heated up considerably, marking what amounts to alt season. The most crucial thing to keep in mind when gazing at Bitcoin's present price of over 91,000, almost 300, is that HBAR and other altcoins are going through a lot of major changes. Forget everything else, Bitcoin supremacy is paramount. I want to make it clear that this is not alternative season. Here we may see how alt season looks. This is perfect in every way that matters to Bitcoin. Ideally, we'd have sold out of this item right this second. It may seem ridiculous to some of you, but Bitcoin season is still ongoing. Given that HR is up 71% in the last week and 27% in the last 24 hours, it's certain that many of these older coins will continue to see increases in the next days and weeks. There is more to come. But because the volume has jumped 56% to about 1 billion in the last day, currently sitting at around 8 cents, let's take a quick look at a tour. It was perfect. Positive mood permeates the market. I will go over other charts linked to H in more detail since I think it will help many of you understand how early we are in this HBAR run. Permit us to take a quick look at HBAR dominance now. There was a clear downward trend in the price action on HBAR, and this item was selling at an insane rate. For instance, the subject was pretty low, especially after all the enthusiasm had faded, thus this is the last one of the year. Coins from long ago have no value. Nobody wanted to talk about old coins. Okay, so that was their entire statement. Finished, I feel like I'm transported back in time to the autumn of 2020, right before the major move. A lot of people were ready to quit up because of the extreme sentiment, and now all cryptocurrencies are going parabolic, just like this chart depicts. The level of dominance was quite low, and here we are enjoying a delightful little spike. But what really is strange about this so far, our dominance level is HBAR equals 0. When contrasted with April of this year, when we stood at approximately 0.26%, also a record high, this is quite ridiculous. The beginning of this in September of 2021 won't be, in my opinion, the top. In fact, I anticipate that HBAR will soon surpass all other cryptocurrencies in market share. In a market worth more than 3 trillion right now, this is especially true. HBAR's market value would be enormous, leading to even higher price objectives, if we were to discuss a 5 to 7 million, 0.00000% portion of it. Nevertheless, what do you think the next steps are for HBAR's bull run, Nick? I've had a lot of people asking me that. Considering a total supply of 50 billion or even just the circulating supply, a price prediction of 1 to 2 for HBAR would not shock me in the slightest. Could it possibly go higher? Are you claiming that? Yeah, that's right. Everything is possible since the market is still driven by speculation and enthusiasm. At this point, everything is possible with Dogecoin, with the exception of HBAR dominance, because its market valuation is approximately 55 billion and it was nearly 100 billion in 2021. When we revisited HBAR Bitcoin, this item was sold off heavily. I figured it would be a good idea to swiftly flip it to show you what occurred, because everyone was getting pretty negative about HBAR because, well, HBAR Bitcoin was plunging. All proposals were rejected. We observe a lovely impulsive ascent to the very top from the very top, which is technically the bottom trend line. What I'm watching now is whether we can regain control of this upper trend line, test it again, and then continue to rise. This will show how strong we are in contrast to Bitcoin. When other coins start to gain traction and overtake Bitcoin, this is what you can expect to happen. Since this trend shows that HBAR is actively pumping on the Bitcoin and USD charts, they stand to gain a lot from it. And with all the announcements we're about to cover, I think HBAR is getting ready for a big move right now. Alright, then, I'd like to get right to the point. Here are a few things that will set HBAR up for a record-breaking run, new heights, and perhaps even a 1-2 breakout this cycle. For starters, let's look at these ETFs. In recent times, ETFs have garnered a great deal of attention. A number of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP, have had their exchange-traded funds ETFs proliferate in recent years, making them a hotly debated subject. Naturally, HBAR is also being considered at this time. Having said that, let's use Canary Capital Files, S1, and the SEC to build a HBAR ETF today. In my opinion, this makes perfect sense. It is my firm belief that the most of these projects will have an associated exchange-traded fund ETF due to the sheer number and importance of ETFs in the industry. For genuine ones that have substantial practical value and promising application cases, this is especially the case. In addition, liquidity. Ventures with liquidity, like HBAR, would be very beneficial to tokens and token holders. For that reason, it's okay. This has definitely set off a bit bigger movement on the chart, and I find it very positive. For example, if we go back to when the price movement started, which was around the 12th, we can see that there was a nice, large rise on the 12th due, of course, to the ETF filing. Conversely, we have HBAR Foundation products if we come over here. The original publication of this article was the Wall Street Journal. We expect crypto ETFs to see an increase in value if they are deregulated. It was Canary Capital Group that first mentioned the HBAR ETF in their Monday SEC filing. A lot of people seem to be paying attention to HBAR. The entire business has being scrutinized because the new administration has sparked numerous pro-crypto discussions. In my opinion, the mainstream will soon start using cryptocurrencies extensively in its operations. Furthermore, I anticipate a massive expansion in this asset class's value, with the current bull run being particularly spectacular. But looking at the big picture, I don't see how cryptocurrencies might not achieve a market valuation of 5,100 trillion. We won't be sitting around doing nothing while we speculate about how HBAR holders will become ridiculously wealthy when that happens. Personally, I think these holders will get very rich very quickly. No, I think it will go down to who entered first, dude. Am I correct in assuming that those folks are filthy rich as a result? I believe that right now with the current context, certain projects, like Hedera, appear to be setting the stage to become unstoppable behemoths. Exchange-traded funds and index funds are also being mentioned more frequently. Without you, no one would have seen my video. Click the subscribe button and then tell me what you think when you're done.